Welcome to the finals.
Woohoo! Finals time.
Oh, man. So, full disclosure here, as you guys have maybe watched the end of the other videos, we had a real good time.
Yep.
Into the last part of the Elite Eight and then the final four videos, and we were about to shoot the finals, and then somebody couldn't, which was actually for the
blessing
best.
in disguise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we have a 3-part finals. We have neat, and then we have these bad boys going to be made in an old fashioned for the second half.
Ooh.
And then we're going to overtime, and we're not going to spoil that one.
Yeah.
We'll let you know when we get there. So, we've got these things blinded up. We've got the $400 MSRP Batch 11 Kentucky Owl up against the Maker's Mark FAE-01. 118 or so proof versus 110 proof. So I know that was one thing, I even said it earlier on one of the other videos, was I was worried about having a super low proofer.
Yeah.
Like a 100 proofer versus a heavy hitter.
Yeah, can you imagine like the Knob Creek 12 probably could have held its own just because of how oaky it was.
Right.
But can you imagine if something like the Bottled and Bond 1792 Bottled and Bond would have come out of that thing? Being as light as it is,
Would have been interesting.
that would have been interesting up against like a 118 proof Kentucky Owl. So, all right, let's get into them.
Without
Here we
further
go.
ado.
First half. And we got some new Glen Cairns here.
Yeah, check
Thin
that
Blue
out.
Whiskey. Glen. So we have, if there is a color difference, we sure can't tell.
You've
So,
eliminated that from the equation.
Yep.
Yeah, because that 1792 looked like lemonade, like lemon
Yeah.
water compared to that Knob Creek.
okay. And before we get too far into it, I realized that we really didn't give any tasting notes in the final four matchups.
Yeah.
I was going through editing the videos to get ready to post them, and I realized that we were just, it was drunken comedy.
It was.
And
It was a good time.
it was fun, but
Yeah.
we didn't really talk about
We-
anything that we were getting specifically on the nose or palate or anything. But
we went from halfway, intellectual reviewers to just a benda. I mean, it was awesome. Clearly, you see who kind of won out, but I mean, how they got there is a little, hazy. But
yeah.
Kind of like this year's tournament.
yeah. So yeah, I'm being transported back to our last session though.
Yes.
This is definitely high end stuff.
Okay, so glass B, a little sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
A lot sweeter.
There's something there. I don't know what it is on this one. It's good. I just don't know what it is.
That right one's really sweet.
Oh,
Yeah, they're both
They look good.
Jimmy, this is going to be.
a good championship matchup.
This is going to be, because Maker's Mark. No, yours Four Roses in Old Forester.
Yeah. Still, though, I think coming up through the tournament, I was a Maker's Mark guy every time. I think it, tends to be one of my favorites, but it's also been enough time since we last kind of were doing this. I don't exactly remember all the notes from it, so I could completely shift my allegiance today.
Wow. Okay. Glass 2. That is. There's some nice cinnamon,
Picking more up from
like a
from
cinnamon graham cracker. There's like a nice little bready quality to it. Cinnamon baking spice, sweet.
I think that's what I was looking for, kind of the baking spice note.
Both these glasses are. This one's hard.
Yeah.
I also didn't have a pregame warm up
Yeah.
the week before, trying to figure out which of these whiskeys was which in the garage.
So the way we're going to do this is neat. We're going to rank them 1 to 10. We're not really going to talk about what we're ranking them. We're just going to rank them. And then we'll do the same for the Old Fashioned. Mm-hmm. And then we'll do Overtime and we'll rank them. And then we will reveal what we scored these to everybody. Man, the left glass just seems a bit. It's softer.
Yeah, the more I drink on the right one, there's still some weird. I don't know. There's more going on in kind of different parts of your tongue as it's moving its way through. But I agree. One on the left, or A, whatever we're calling in this sample, just a little simpler. Not a bad thing. I quite like it, but it's not as much.
Yeah, loads of light brown sugar, not super dark brown sugar. Caramels. I mean, all your standard. There's nothing that is really punching through for me as far as making it stand out. Saying that's a flavor like I don't get very often. They're all just standard. It's very good, but there's nothing that's really standing out. This one for me, there's something that's standing out in it, and that's that kind of that weird bready, graham crackery, cinnamon sugar.
Snickerdoodles.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a snickerdoodle.
There you go.
Yep.
That's kind of like my thought was it's it's soft warm cinnamon and some bready.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't copy me.
Okay. Well,
Why I gotta be the monkey in the middle?
plenty of space here. We're all friends.
No pickings.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not that scientific, Mike.
No cheating. This is for science. God damn it.
Oh, whoa, God. Sorry.
We should get lab coats.
Oh, that's our next one.
I got an idea for second half.
Okay. We are thinking on the fly.
Well,
here,
for me, I
kids.
don't have it for you guys, but I got mine.
Yeah, see.
Always leave us out.
This is tough.
You have to play the Jeopardy music.
At least nobody's trying to choke me out like we will.
Okay. I don't even want to talk really about which one we prefer. I
Okay.
say
We'll just
we're all locked in
Yep.
on what we think.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
All right. You guys got anything to add to
Nope.
anything?
Nope.
You'll have to refer to some of the previous content to kind of see how each of these broke their way through their respective brackets. But
Yep.
this is, reveal at the end kind of a build-up, I think. So.
Yeah. Both of these, let's just say, both of them are fantastic.
Yeah, top
They
tier.
wouldn't be here, and
No.
if they weren't
both
really good. The makers surprised me a little bit.
That it made it up
Yeah.
through some of its.
We kind of talked about it in one of the videos. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I don't remember
barely
any of
I don't
that.
I barely remember it
Wait,
myself.
we shot videos?
Yeah. But we kind of figured it was going to be either the makers or the
The Bell
Bellmead
Mead
that
that
came
went
out of
through.
that.
Yeah.
With the dark horses, the Knob Creek 12. Darn all, no more knob jokes. It's a shame.
Stay tuned. No,
We
we'll
laid the
come up-
knob to rest.
Yeah, we'll come up with another segment that'll just be all innuendo and
Full of knobs.
terrible puns.
All right. Well, with that being said, we'll be right back with second half.
Second half.
Which is going to be these babies in an old fashioned. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome to the second half. And I decided to get fucking fancy.
When's the circus coming?
Oh, wow.
That's crushed velvet, baby.
You can't hide money, folks.
You want to touch it?
Yeah, no.
No. I appreciate that though.
All right.
It's a good offer.
So here we go. Second half. We've got some old fashions. And I made these with brown sugar, simple syrup, regular, just Angostura bitters. Too bad they're not barrel aged, because that would have been a whole nother level.
You know how long we'd have to wait for those though?
Yeah.
Tune back in a couple of years.
Yeah. So we super basic, just regular old fashioned, simple bitters, and 1 ice cube for each of us. So these things are exactly the same across the board. Just a touch of cherry juice. No cherries. Figured
Yep.
no reason for all
Small
that.
sample size.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of sweet with that cherry.
So here we go.
All right.
My fedora seems to get in the way here.
Oh boy. You try to be fancy and look what happens.
Oh. Jimmy, do you like old fashions?
Not particularly.
Okay, all right.
However,
What is he gonna learn?
I'm coming around.
Yeah?
Stuff like this definitely kind of helps. And the fact that my boss is an old-fashioned guy. Figure the more I can kind of, speak the language, kind of act like I'm cool. Maybe it'll work out, maybe it won't.
I'm so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
Hey there. It definitely changes everything about it.
Yeah. Okay, so left glass. I'm getting a little bit more of the bitter. The Angostura bitter's coming through a little bit more on it. Whereas the right glass,
I'm still picking up, notes from, when we did them neat, there's still that weird, you guys called it like a, whatever, sugar cookie, snickerdoodle, something. It does change the taste up quite a bit. I still feel like the one on the left, our left, is a little bit simpler. I mean, it just feels like there's less in it, which I'm, kind of preferable to most of the time. So it's tougher to pick out, obviously, because you've injected the old-fashioned flavors. So now,
A whole lot of flavor.
yeah, you got to
Yeah.
really kind of know, which rules me out as far as knowing what to look for. But
so I guess I don't really, other than the left glass seems to be a little bit more bitter heavy.
yeah, this one's tough. I mean,
Man, and I really tried to. I made one glass and then I split it
Sure.
into
Yeah,
3. But I didn't try to get bitter heavy on one versus the other.
no, it's unique to see how each of them kind of complement, the sugary, sweeter side of an old-fashioned mix anyway. But
I'd rock the hell out of these at a party though.
Yeah. So that last drink was a lot of whiskey. Very whiskey forward. Way less bitter.
I kind of picked that up. Or at least I thought I did. It's good to hear somebody else say it, but being able to set them down, kind of go back, as they kind of come out of the glass, I think they're changing a little bit.
Yep.
Look over her shoulder, see what he's riding.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh dang.
We're all about the science, keeping it completely undetermined.
And that I don't know if I got bitter heavy on the one or if that's just how that particular whiskey pairs with.
Yeah, could be. We won't know until we know.
That's right.
Dimes of knowledge from your 3-time University of Fort Hays graduate. We all
All
drank
right.
them, so that was cool.
Yeah.
Clearly
Yeah, they're gone,
not-
yeah.
Clearly it didn't ruin the experience with either.
These are
email,
really
but-
just one just tasted a little better.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's-
It wasn't. Neither one was bad.
Yeah.
But they're both really good. It's just one was to me slightly
a
like
little bit better.
And it
Just a
just
little bit.
you just never know if that's just how that particular
Yeah.
whiskey plays
Yeah.
with all the other ingredients that go into it.
because some whiskeys are delicious and taste similar to others, but are terrible mixed
Yeah.
with anything other than themselves.
How's
And other whiskey,
how's Weller and Big K Cola?
Weller and Sprite.
Oh, Sprite,
is
that's right.
Miserable. Is my palate cleaner the other weekend? It was rough,
Which
rough weekend.
might explain why things started
That is
really,
yeah.
when you palate cleanse with Weller and Sprite between
Terrible
between
idea.
matchups,
Between ounces of whiskeys.
Yeah.
Here's an ounce of whiskey. Here's a glass of Weller and Sprite.
well, I guess second half is over and this ball game is tied and we're going to overtime and we will be right back. Welcome to Overtime, Thin Blue Whiskey Mash Madness
Overtime.
Final. The final.
What do we got here?
Yeah, that looks dark, don't it?
It's
does.
a dense whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we are a big advocate of drink whiskey the way you like it.
Yeah.
And even if that includes mixing it and things. And that was the idea behind this whole final, was that we wanted to showcase which whiskey was the best across the board.
Multiple styles.
Multiple styles, neat, in an old fashioned. Although I don't know how many people are going to drink a $400 bottle in an old fashioned. Yeah, me too. But there'd probably be even. But I'm gonna venture a guess that says there's gonna be even less people that drink a $400 bottle of whiskey with Pepsi.
It'd be Big K for me, but Pepsi is.
Well, okay, so why did we pick Pepsi? Because we have done a prior video where we ranked different sodas: Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, Coke, Diet Coke, and Big K.
Yep.
And I think it was pretty clear the Pepsi was our
Pepsi was
favorite.
far and away.
First, yeah. Pepsi first, Big K second, and then the rest were kind of just
Yeah,
there.
yeah. The Coke is
Diet was
terrible.
trash.
Diet is trash. Coke is trash.
Yeah, it didn't hold up well.
So that's the reason behind the finale here, was literally just there are people that mix their whiskeys religiously.
Sure.
And you know what?
That's
I
the
don't
way you
care.
get down?
If that's the way you want to do it, more power to you. And if you want to spend the money on a really nice bottle of whiskey, I see so many people getting hate for mixing Blanton's.
Eh?
And at the end of the day, that's a $55, $60 bottle of whiskey. We're throwing Pepsi in a $400 bottle. So
bring that hate.
yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So you're taking a lot less of this Kentucky Owl home.
You know,
Nice.
it's about a half a bottle at this point.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And that was a fresh crack for this tournament,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
It was.
I didn't bring my checkbook. I was going to reimburse you. But
Hey, but my thing is,
It's okay.
I'd rather enjoy
He
it. I
takes
like
hot checks.
that's
I
good.
do.
That's the only ones I've got.
the hotter the better.
Great.
Oh, crap.
All right, guys. Well, it's overtime. Let's get into it. Let's
All right.
we'll score these, and then we will talk about the prior winners in the first two rounds, and then decide who's the winner.
I smell this expecting it to smell different than Pepsi, but it's kind of.
I did mix these 1 ounce of whiskey, 2 ounces of Pepsi in each glass. So
That's really good.
okay, I see you.
Aha.
Whoa.
Ooh, that smells.
Something has changed on
That one smells.
our B side, the B option here.
Okay. One smells very whiskey. Like
Yeah.
you can get the whiskey. You get the soda, you get the pop, but it's very whiskey forward. Glass 2, there is funk that happened with that.
Yeah, I'm not loving it.
That's what happened when I mixed Blanton's and Big K. Did the same thing. Just
You kind of
tasted like not good.
Okay,
garbage juice.
that dude, what happened
I
to
kind of wish
that?
we would have done like half of them as much. I don't want to drink all that.
I'll take it.
I mean, I'll drink it.
Soldiers.
Troopers.
Here's to you guys.
So, Jimmy, I know you don't typically mix yours. Are you kind of picking up the same type of notes on these?
I am. So again, the A to me, if you say you want like whiskey and Coke, from the old days, that's a more kind of familiar taste. Whatever's coming out of the second one, I still feel like I'm picking up something like on the follow. I know we weren't going to start breaking it down by all that, but that's where that weird Pepsi and mixing is going on, and I don't know, something just isn't.
It's not playing well together.
It's not, and
good.
that's man, this could be a deciding factor. So the first two rounds for me were so.
We know where Jay's going.
It's going, so I
think
I'll go back to the good one later.
This overtime, this is the 5 minutes that we expected.
So here's where I'm thinking is that if the first two rounds are really close and you score it like a boxing match, like 10-9, 10-9, if the right glass is that much worse, do you score it like a 10-7 or 10-8? Do you score it substantially lower?
Yeah.
And then it wins.
And then then the other one overtakes? Because you figure if whatever we pick from the first two rounds and we did a 9-8 or 10-9 or whatever, one score between, and then we get into this where we have a large gap between.
Yeah, you're 2 points off for the whole thing. You're 3 points off in the final round. This could be awkwardly
point game. Yeah. I don't think I'll finish the second sampling. I like the
the first one
I
is
purposely finished it first.
I'll take it, Jimmy.
Let's get it out of the way.
I'll drink it. It's fine.
I'm not a big Pepsi guy anyway, but it does.
Mike, you'll drink anything.
I know that was low hanging fruit. Was definitely going there myself.
There's just it's like the old fashioned.
Yep.
I don't know if it's one. It just is not playing well with the mixer.
Mm-hmm. As always, it will be a complete surprise because we've done it the right way.
Okay.
Don't dispute the science.
Okay. I'm locked in. You guys locked in?
Yep.
See,
Round one, neat. I marked it glass A, 8, glass B, 9.
You looking at my notes?
No.
8 and 9.
8 and 9.
Hold on. What's your second one? 8 and 9?
Yep.
10, 6.
I did 9 and 7.
It was bad. Second one was bad.
see, I was opposite of both of you in the first two rounds. I had 9-8 and 9-8. And then like a 9-7 in this last one. I didn't go completely bottom drawer. Yeah.
That left one's. This is a good
this one is
cola
not
and whiskey.
good.
It's not great.
All right, Jimmy, you did.
I went 9-8, 9-8, 9-7.
9-7. Yep, we were the same on that one.
Yeah. Parity. The selection committee got it right. You guys looking forward to seeing Kansas play in the Final Four?
You know?
I knew Jay was itching to get out of that hoodie anyway, so this is just a built-up moment. That's all right.
Win or lose.
For those of you bracket
The
busters,
ride or die.
Yeah.
It was a bad day.
Tough year for the number ones.
All of them.
Yeah, it's not good.
But
Perfect
just
bracket.
like this bottle of whiskey, KU was a flop.
Well, I'm sure all of their players will return next year, and Bill Self will have a full team to deal
I
with.
think they've lost like 4 to the transfer portal already.
All right, here we go.
What's the math?
So, neat was 25 for the left glass, A, and 26.
Okay.
Old fashioned, the same.
25,
25 to 26.
26.
So glass B won the old fashioned round. This is what I was.
Oh my God.
This is
Boy.
what I was talking about.
Tankville.
It was bad.
The Pepsi round. It was 28 to 20. So going into overtime, glass B and both. We don't know if they were the same one. They could have been different ones. But
Right.
either way.
You know, we got to start adding up.
A came out on top 78 to 72.
But now we have to figure out which one was which.
Yep. Figure
So?
out which one was A on the first time around.
All right.
This is where The
This is
payoff
where the other
comes.
math comes.
Yeah.
Yep, this is the post-game conference.
There, I am glad we didn't do this at the end of last time. There would have been zero chance this was happening.
Like the show numbers, all the
Yeah.
the stuff going on in the background
Jesus God.
to figure out simple math.
Not a chance.
Okay.
All right, so I
Okay,
guess
so
this.
A.
Okay, let's reveal the color of the. So
Okay.
Kentucky Owl is the pink sticker. Makers is orange sticker. Which one?
That is.
And that was the left glass, right?
Yep.
Orange.
Orange. So that's the Makers.
The old
So,
fashioned.
so
just
neat was. That was
Thank you guys.
Makers.
Yep.
Okay, and that was Kentucky Owl. So the Kentucky Owl won that first one.
25, 20.
Neat. Kentucky
By
Owl
1 point.
won 26-25. Old Fashioned.
Is
Pink.
pink.
Mm.
So the
Is
left.
left.
So that's the Kentucky Owl here. So basically, after the first two rounds,
They're tied.
They're tied.
It's a tie ball game. So the bad one,
Okay,
orange.
That's interesting.
that's Makers.
It's Makers.
Yeah. Huh.
Man, Kentucky out for the win.
What a
Kentucky Owl, grand champion. I guess it wouldn't matter. They were tied going into overtime anyway.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it didn't matter. It could have been a 1 point difference between any of us.
But the fact that Makers was that bad with Pepsi.
Now you know.
So weird. Because it lost all of the cinnamon and roundness and the sweetness. It turned into funk.
So there we have it. Thin Blue Whiskey, the inaugural
Yes.
Mash Madness 2023.
I could take half a bottle of whiskey home. Look at that.
The Kentucky Owl Batch 11. I ain't gonna lie, I really wanted to see the George T. Stagg with Pepsi.
Maybe another day, Mike.
I could probably make that happen.
I could. There's some back here.
I can probably make that happen.
So
Thanks for following along. Thanks for
let us know,
Yeah.
man.
For sure.
We
gotta
are
be
again-
better self promoters.
Yeah. So, all right.
Hit the like and
Smash-
subscribe.
Smash the
Press
like.
the bell for notifications.
Yeah. Do all those things, and we'll just keep being drunk and dumb.
We got a summertime series we're kind of cooking up.
Yeah.
We got some decent things in the warmer months coming soon.
Yeah. For now, we're out. Kentucky Owl, national champion,
Yeah.
Mash Madness, Thin Blue Whiskey, and we are out of here.